before the stream, I took him to my gym, and I went through like a strenuous workout with him. Ice bath, fucking stretch for 20 minutes, heavy lift, some cardio, and then we sat in a 200-degree sauna and baked. And then we went and played, and he was getting crushed for like the first few hours, and then he hung in there and turned it all around and ended up winning for the session. And after, he was like, dude, if I didn't work out before, that wouldn't, like, I would have completely panicked. Yeah. He's like, you're absolutely right. Like, that was, I don't ever want to play poker again without working out first. Hey guys, it's JC with Drop the Book. I'm sure you're already betting this NFL season with DraftKings, FanDuel, or your local bookie. It's time to drop your book and bet juice-free. You're getting screwed by the juice. It's crushing everyone. It's crushed me in my sports betting history. And now I'm betting juice-free with my friends on dropthebook.com. You can add me at username T1000. Start your 1-week free trial today, and let's gamble on a fair platform. Look at this mug.
It's a beautiful mug.
It's huge.
I love the big coffee cup, dude. That's what you need.
I built my own merch store just for myself.
You did a Shopify store?
Yeah, just so I can buy my own shit.
It's good, man. I love the logos and stuff.
Thanks.
But I was gonna say, I had this comedy revelation when I was out in Alabama, dude. I was so every year we kind of go to this rock that's in the middle of the lake. It's called Chimney Rock. There's like a 15-foot spot that you can jump off, and then there's a 40-foot spot that you can jump off, and it's pretty scary. So you have to climb up this rope, and then you go back through the woods, and you have to climb up like kind of like a steep rock face where if you slip, you're gonna get really fucked up. And then you go over the back, and you get to the top, and you're looking out over the whole lake. And I always go up there with my little brother. My little brother's like, when it comes to outdoor stuff, he's way more of a freak than I am. Like, he's not afraid of heights. He's pretty comfortable with like cliff jumping and, you know, backcountry skiing and shit like that.
The one I met at ACL?
Yeah. So he's really in his element up there. We get up, and I'm like, we've gotten to the point where when I was younger, it used to be I would go first and then he would kind of follow. And now it's like he goes, make sure it's safe, and then I go. And so he jumps off this thing and he lands in the water, and he's good. And I'm like looking down, and
the 40-foot?
Yeah, the 40-footer. And I'm up top, and you can go down and climb a little bit down to the 35-footer and then jump in. And it's a little bit less, but in order to get to the 35-footer, you have to climb down. You have to go down like 5 feet. You could slip and fall in.
The climb is dangerous.
And I just was thinking, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna, the only way that I'm gonna get hurt is if I get scared. I'm like, the only way that I'm gonna get injured and like end up in the hospital is if I get nervous, try to climb down to the 35-footer, or like be unsure of myself, lose my footing, and then like fall off the side, right? So I just go, fuck it. I'm sitting up there, I'm thinking, I'm like, dude, this is like, and everything kind of clicked. I go, dude, every time I've ever bombed, it's because I just got crazy nervous before the show. I got scared, and I just freaked out and ate a dick. Like, there was that one night that you and Schindler showed up at the Buzzmill open mic. You remember that? Mm-hmm. I checked my watch that night. My heart rate, just for whatever reason, that night got to like 140. And I'm like, dude, I just need to chill the fuck out. So I get wicked calm, take a deep breath. I'm feeling relaxed. Take a jump off the top, tilt a little bit too far back, hit the water super hard, and rung my bell so bad that I was like, I think I had a concussion at the wedding that night.
Oh, and you drank.
Yeah, and I was already drinking when I did it, so I was like already boozing. I took Advil while I was drinking, and then just kept going. But yeah, I go, the only way that I'm gonna get hurt is if I'm nervous, and then I jump in and get a concussion because I was overconfident. But it's a good lesson, dude. I think the only like it kind of carries to everything, right? Like with stand up, the only way that you can, one of the easiest ways to bomb is to fucking freak out before the set. If you're nice and calm and chill,
yeah,
even if things go bad, you can kind of recover.
Yeah.
But there's a level of like preparation that I think you have to have in order to get it, right? So like you can be
every time I've gotten on stage I felt like that. So almost every time.
Just terrified?
Yeah. And I think I've bombed like 95% of my sets. There's only been like a few sets that I've ever done where I felt comfortable.
But yeah, dude, I mean, I've had nights where for whatever reason we've talked about this, but wearing the Garmin has kind of been a revelation for me, where I'm like starting to realize just how nervous I'm getting before some shows. And I'm like, holy fuck. I mean, my heart rate is like double what it should be right now. You know, normally when I'm just standing around, it's 80, it's at 150. I'm having a legit panic attack. So I'm like, okay.
Is this something that like a period that you've been going through? Like you're 8 years into comedy, right?
Yeah.
So is this like an ebb and flow? Like, have you always experienced this, or were you more confident in year 4 or 5 and then you kind of like lost it? Or?
You know what I think part of it was I sometimes you find things that are like really helpful, but they're only helpful in certain contexts. Like
they're Band-Aids.
Yeah, you have to do them at the right place and the right time. And for me, Wim Hof was textbook for this. So I started doing this thing where like I was on the road to Chaturana, and before the shows in the green room, he would be doing Wim Hof because it works for him. Just locks him in, gets him in the zone. And I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, we're doing this thing. So me and JJ, his opener, are back at the hotel room the night before the second show. And JJ is like, do you want to do a round of this Wim Hof thing? And so we sit down and we do one round of the deep breathing. And I come out of it and I'm like a different person, man. Like I felt so good. I think Wim Hof's ability to take your nerves and just eliminate them from the situation, it's like nothing I've ever felt before. It can take your most chaotic mind and just like shut it down. And so I started doing this Wim Hof thing. But what happened was I was like, oh, this is great. I need to do it right before I'd go on stage. And I would just be in a green room or sometimes in the room doing this Wim Hof thing. And it was just too much. It would fire me up too much and get me too like crazed out.
There'd be anxiety about like, oh, I got to do it. Like,
yeah. And it became like a crutch where
if I don't do it.
Yeah. If I don't do it, I'm going to bomb. And then it's also like in the moments right before I would go on stage where you should just be like chilling out, listen to like what the people before you were going to say, just trying to get something to go off. I'm in the fucking green room huffing and puffing like a lunatic.
Yeah.
I'm doing this Wim Hof. Everybody's looking at me like, this guy's fucking insane. And then I would go up there and I would just be too just juiced up from the Wim Hof and not present. And I would have no idea what the previous comic was talking about. And I would go up and just fucking heart rate would be at 150. I'd be bugging out. And then it would take me forever to calm down. Now I'm just like, oh, I need to make 5 minutes to do it when I'm at home. That's it. That's all it is.
Yeah, your routine needs to be a little more defined. Like you do it when you do it before you leave the house, and then when you get to the show, you're present at the show.
Yeah, you're just hanging out. Whatever is going to happen is happening.
Like before a big game, I'll meditate in my bathroom because it's dark. Mm-hmm. I'll put a chair in there, but then once I'm in my car on the way to the poker room, you just try to be present. Yeah. I'm not like meditating outside the poker room.
Are you just like listening to music on the way over? What are you doing?
Yeah, music or silence. Or I always call my mom on the way to a game because she likes to be notified when I'm going to be playing. So it's like a routine. I just get in my car and call my mom and talk to my mom.
Are you thinking about poker at all, or are you just chilling?
I'll be thinking about who I'm playing against, like the lineup, and then I'll think about their tendencies, and I'll think about the last few times we've played together and certain dynamics, like maybe how they're going to perceive me, the last few hands I've played versus them, like what are they more likely going to like view me as, and how I'm going to play, kind of just like creating little game plans in my head about how I'm gonna attack the session. But I mean, really, that's not that intense. It's more you have to sit down and kind of watch how the game unfolds, and yeah, just be present in the moment. But yeah, there's a little strategy, I guess, going on the way. Little game planning.
Just lock it in.
Yeah. I mean, it's not. Again, I think we've talked about this, like the upswing and the run good this year is continued. So the snowball effect of like the confidence and the calmness that I'm getting every session is insane. Like things just keep going my way. It seems there always comes a point in the session, the majority of the sessions I'm playing for the last year, something good will just happen. And so that builds a lot of like calmness, confidence, where I'm not forcing anything. And yeah, I'm very calm at the tables these days.
Hey, you seem like it. Is it when you think about like getting numb to poker, right? You describe like you kind of dull the highs and dull the lows at the same time, so you're not getting emotional and freaking out when you're losing money.
Yeah.
Is there like a part of you that misses just the intensity of everything being on the line?
Well, I'm trying not to think too much about it because, downswings, you never know when they're going to occur. You don't really know how that's, I've lived in Austin for 5 years coming up in November. And I've been through probably four, maybe 5 downswings where you're just losing all the time. And it might last a month, 2 months, 3 months. And those, they can be super stressful. And so I'm really appreciative of the upswing, and I'm trying to just play as good as possible and not really think about it. But you never know, like around the corner when you lose a session and it's like, okay, it's not a big deal, or it doesn't really affect you. Mm-hmm. You play the next day, let's say you lose another session. You lose another 10 or 15 or 20K. Okay, well that sucks. You play again the next day, you lose again. You play again the next day, you lose again. And then like the anxiety or the frustration can start to tick up.
Yeah.
And then
because that's going to happen statistically to everyone. You're going to have
it doesn't have to. You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know. But when that happens for weeks or months straight, the frustration level really gets, you start to get over it, and then you start playing bad. But I've seen myself go through that so many times that the only thing you can do is physically relax and then just be aware, okay, I'm frustrated. I need to maybe take a walk, or maybe I need to call it a night. It's not my night. I'm prepared and I'm equipped to handle, whatever comes my way, I think.
Yeah.
And I know what to do, like what's best for me, and how to handle adversity when it comes.
Learning to walk away when you're running bad has got to be tough, right?
I've been playing a ton. I've been playing 5 days a week, sometimes 6. I was playing a private game last week, and this guy was getting beat down all day. And he gets it in with the board's like 10-5-3, turn 9, with like 2 clubs. So there's a flush draw, but he has top set. He has 3 10s. And this guy's been losing all day. And he gets all the money in, and the river's a 3. So it's 10-5-3, 9-3. He makes top full house, 10s full of 3s. All the money's in the middle. He loses to one hand, quad 3s. Guy turns over quad 3s.
Brutal.
So 1 out. And
it's like that James Bond. Isn't that exactly what happens in the Casino Royale James Bond scene where it's like
the one card makes the straight flush. And
I think in the James Bond one, it's one guy has a full house, one guy has 4 of a kind, and the last guy has a straight flush.
The hand that we reviewed, the Casino Royale, that was king high flush versus 8s full versus aces full versus straight flush. But like this guy's like, so this guy loses 10s full to quads on the last card, and he's been losing all night, and he's, you know, his hands are like in his head, and he's, you know, he's just devastated. He's like, what can I do? And it's like, you need to stop.
Yeah.
You need to just, your brain is fried. You're not going to be able to play well. And when it's not your night, you need to just get up and call it a day.
Yeah.
Now if you're like a seasoned pro and this is the point that you get to, which like I'm starting to get there, which is nice. Like you take that beat and you're like, okay, next hand. And it doesn't even phase you. You don't have like an emotional reaction to it. You're just like, oh wow, there's quads. There's a 1 outer. Okay, next hand. And if you can stay level, then you don't need to get up, because you're not playing in a different state of mind than if you would have just won the pot. It's really hard to get to that place. And maybe I'm saying that from like a privileged point of view, because I've been running so good for the last year. Mm-hmm. And maybe if I were to run bad for a few months straight, that might change. But at this point, it feels like not a lot is affecting me. Mm-hmm. And I can play through bad beats. And yeah, I've gotten some compliments the last few weeks that I never used to hear before. Mm-hmm. in the last few years, where some players have told me that they can't tell if I'm winning or losing. I played a session 2 weeks ago where I think I was down like 15K, and like it was just a few hours. And a guy I played with, a buddy of mine, his name's Pete. He's an older guy, and he's like, I can never tell if you're up or down. I thought you were having a good day. Like you're always the same. And that's a huge compliment.
Yeah.
And that's a huge difference from previous years. Usually you can tell if someone's stuck or if they're up in a session. It's all over their face. It's all over their energy, how they're holding themselves, if they're happy or sad, if they're like talking loud, or typically when you're winning, you're a little louder, you're smiling, you're cracking jokes, you're just having a great time. And then when you're stuck, you're frowning, your shoulders are down, your head's a little down, nothing's funny.
Is the fear that you're going to give away like some information about what you're going to do based on like how you're acting because of that?
Well, no, this is just the biology, like human nature of winning and losing.
No, I know, but like, so what's the advantage of not playing the same no matter what?
The advantage of being disconnected is, all your decisions aren't based off of emotion. They're not based off of like, how, if you're feeling good, or you're just analyzing the spot without an emotional attachment to the result. Mm-hmm. So you're just, if you can get to that point, it's a huge advantage. You're not ever chasing or pressing. You're just playing the spot the way you think it should be played. And yeah, going on a big upswing or winning all the time can can really instill confidence and a calmness, even when things are going south.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've felt keeping records, you know, can will help too.
What do you mean?
Tracking your results.
Mm-hmm.
So tracking your results as a pro or as someone just trying to do it for a living helps a lot. It especially helps in your downswings because you can zoom out and you can be like, okay, I'm a winning player. I'm making money doing this. Even though I've lost for the last 2 months straight and I feel like I suck and I feel like I'm the worst player in the world and I can't win. I clearly can win. I have a track record of winning.
Yeah.
Of being profitable. And so this is, you know, I'm not a complete loser, gay.
Yeah, you can look back on it and go,
yeah.
I am winning.
I am winning.
I am winning.
It
Still
feels
winning.
like I suck. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it can fuck with your confidence. Downswings can really fuck with your head.
Yeah, dude. I have these like, I have these Mojo socks that affect every aspect of my life where I'll be doing great, right? Like I'll be feeling good. Just, I don't know. The spirits are high. I'm having fun. And then all of a sudden I'll just hit like a downswing. And it's like a life downswing. I just won't feel that great. I'm always a little anxious. Something's always bothering me. And then I'll just fucking bomb every fucking show. Not bomb, but I'll just not do well. Not do like that great at every show. And then like it radiates off me where I'm just like, I don't know, like socially things won't go that well. It's fucking tough.
Before we met, I watched you perform at Vulcan.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought you were really good. And then I think that was around the time that Kill Tony gave you a bunch of props.
Yeah.
When you look back at like those months, do you feel like you were like riding like a confidence wave and you felt like you were crushing? And
no, I mean, I feel like moving here, when I got here, that secret show set was kind of like a fluke out of the mix where it's just like a really hot crowd, and I came in and was really hammered and was feeling myself and just caught a wave and fucking smashed.
So you feel like you're a better comic today, but
way better. But I mean, at that point when I got here, I mean, dude, it was like the nerves that I was talking about earlier, where when I was like, hey, yeah, the only way that I'm gonna fucking, I don't know, the worst thing that could happen to me is if I freak out, right? Like if I get nervous, that's when the bad things are gonna happen. That was happening every show. I remember I moved here and it was, I had a really weird situation going off because I had this like viral stand-up video right at the beginning of the pandemic, and then I got all this momentum from it, and there wasn't much that I could do with it. So like I did,
there's no shows.
Yeah, so I did like a few headlining weekends. So I got to do like 10 headlining shows, which is great. 10 full hours. That'll help. But in terms of like week to week basis, I mean, I'm not doing weekly spots. So I'm in Connecticut, I'm driving down, I'm doing 1 or 2 spots a week, and they're open mic spots and they're 4 minutes. And then I moved down here January 22, and I'm like, all right, let's fucking roll. And I get down here and it's like, okay, week 1 is secret show, filthy show, main course, like all like the best shows in the first week. And I remember I moved down here. I've been down here for 2 or 3 days, and I go to do filthy show at Creek, and I get called on stage, and I'm so nervous. I like struggled to get the mic out of the mic stand.
Jeez.
Like I go to take it out, the cord's wrapped around the bass. I kind of like struggle with it for a bit, and it's like, dude, if I just like wasn't nervous, I would have been fine. But I wasn't prepared at all. And there was also this like, I've started to realize too, that I think actually sitting down and kind of like doing the writing, the morning of a show, if I have a big show, and I sort of sit down and I look at the bits that I'm working on, and I just sort of stare at them and write a little bit every day. It does help on stage. I mean, it's not just for the act of creating material. It helps you do what you're trying to do. And
you don't do that?
No, at this time I was working full time. So I'm like working a full-time job, and so I'm going to work every day. I mean, granted, that's a Saturday show, so I have no fucking excuse. But
yeah, it sounds like you're not taking it serious, and then you bomb.
Well, yeah, I moved here. I was nervous as fuck. I had like, I moved here. I got the red carpet rolled out for me. I got everything that I fucking wanted. I had a bit of a following to back it up, and I came here and just like didn't show up. I wasn't prepared. I wasn't ready, and I was not confident, and I fucking bombed a lot, and it felt like it took me 2 full years to recover. Like 2 years to get back on the horse, where I was like, okay, things are fucking going well again.
Yeah.
I remember exactly the weekend where it was like things started to pick up again. I was like, all right, things are good. Because I would walk around Austin, you'd like, one thing comics are like our equivalent of bragging about making 100K in a weekend, Brandon, you can back this up, is like the equivalent of bragging about making a ton of money on a poker podcast, on a poker in Austin, is bragging about having like 5 shows in a night.
Yeah.
And when people are walking around going, yeah, I got 5 spots tonight. You never say that when you have one,
Yeah, it's when you have multiple. You want to flex.
You want to flex. You want to tell people, oh, I gotta be a black rabbit after this. I'm sorry, I gotta run. Would love to hang out, but I'm actually on Filthy show tonight, and then I might go to do Narbar, get 6 tonight. And what's ironic about it is like
so many people want me to on their show, kind of thing.
So many people want me, and I remember when I moved here, I'd be like walking around and just comics that I thought fucking sucked would be like, yeah, I got 3 shows tonight, and be like, I have 0. Fuck. And yeah, it took like a year and a half for things to kind of like build back up.
This is kind of bringing up the scenario or the situation with poker. I think it translates well. It's like, I think what you need to focus on are like the cure is not the stage time. The cure is not what's happening on stage. Like what springboarded or what started my success in poker was everything I was doing off the felt.
Okay.
So that's, it didn't, like my poker game was not the focus of why I started doing well. It was everything I was doing away from the table.
What were the things that you were doing away from the table? The TM and stuff?
Well, taking it like I was a professional athlete. So all like preparation, training, getting my mind in a calm state, reading, meditating, eating well. Like once I started treating it like I was a professional.
Yeah.
Like I think, yeah, it sounds like that's the avenue that you need to take as well. Like
there were legit shows where I would day drink all day and then show up and eat Taco Bell right before I went on stage and get on stage and be like, dude, I fucking suck tonight. And you're like,
yeah,
no shit.
Yeah. Stupid. You should act, a lot of, you hear this around, but act as if. So like if you were a top professional comic, let's say, okay, for instance, like Tom Segura.
Yeah.
What changed off stage once he started gaining all this success? He started eating well. He started training hard. He started getting organized. He became this.
I would actually say he was way funnier before he started training.
Well, he's still crushing it, and he's making a shit ton of money.
Tons.
So, maybe he was. But what I'm saying is like,
I get the point though, yeah.
Yeah, act as if. So all the stuff, all all the stuff besides the actual comedy that you do off stage that goes around it. If you were a crusher, like an absolute professional killer, how would you be acting? How would you be preparing?
Yeah.
And then do that.
There'd be no days where I wasn't in the notebook. Like, it would be required every single day. You got to prepare.
So 6-7 years ago, that's like what I wrote down, and what I started doing is I didn't have a huge bankroll, but I wrote down like, all right, if I was a professional, like how would I be preparing for all this, for all these games? How would I go about my business if I was a fucking elite crusher killer?
Yeah.
Well, I would have all these habits, and all the, all these things off the felt would be organized, and I would be working my ass off in preparation for games. And that's what I started doing, and then results happen. They just have to happen. If you're doing all that, then everything else kind of falls in place.
Yeah. I think it's I think one of the things that I love about stand-up, that's also maybe the most frustrating part about it, is if you stare too hard at it and you like work a little bit too hard at it, you stop getting funnier, right? Like with the Wim Hof thing, I was just prepped. I'm like showing up with a note card with all my bits on, and I'm like, this is what I'm going to do tonight. And it's just too rigid, It's just too rigid. It's not flexible enough. And things started going really bad. And I think what happened was I was thinking about that. And I was thinking about like how hard I was staring at it and just how much better I wanted to be. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just like working too hard at stand up. And I'm like, no, that's actually not the case. Like, I'm working too hard at the half hour before the show preparation. I'm working too hard at the walking around and thinking about getting booked. I'm not working hard enough, as in like walking around and thinking about the bits that I'm working on.
That's a half hour before the shows. It's already too late. That's the
it's like cramming for an exam.
That's the smooth time. Like, that's go time. Like, that's all the preparations before that.
Yeah.
Like the days and weeks and months before that, like of your daily routine of how much you're writing each day. Like,
it would be like running a mile to train for a marathon on the day of the race, where you're like, what the fuck what are you doing?
Yeah, like an hour before a poker game, there's not, like, the preparation's over.
Yeah.
That's go time.
One thing that has never not worked is exercise before a show. It's not worked? It's always helped. It helps 100% of the time. It's working out before the shows. 100% of the time.
Yeah, it has to get rid of nervous energy.
It burns it right off. Especially like
same with poker.
I like a lift too. Like, the running's good, but the lifting.
I had a friend come in from Vegas. His name's Paulie, and he's playing for a living, and he's going through a rough time and a downswing. And before the stream, I took him to my gym, and I went through like a strenuous workout with him. Ice bath, fucking stretch for 20 minutes, heavy lift, some cardio, and then we sat in a 200-degree sauna and baked. And then we went and played, and he was getting crushed for like the first few hours, and then he hung in there and turned it all around and ended up winning for the session. And after, he was like, dude, if I didn't work out before, I would have completely panicked.
Yeah.
He's like, you're absolutely right. Like, I don't ever want to play poker again without working out first. That was a completely different experience. It's like, it's a
Do you work out right before you play?
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, pretty much every game. As long as there's some times where if I'm playing like a 5-6 day a week schedule, maybe one or two of the games, like I'll wake up and have to go straight to the game. But 90% of the time I'm training before I play. It's just an automatic thing now. It's a huge advantage to sit down and you're drained of nervous energy. You're drained of energy, and your body's just in a calm state, and you're thankful to be sitting down, and so you're relaxed instantly. So like the nerves about the game are kind of just, they're washed away. Mm-hmm. You're just like, oh, I feel like really grateful I'm sitting down, and this is nice. And then it's definitely an advantage.
Yeah, I've kind of done the opposite though, where I've done like I run a lot for sure. Yeah. And I think I've kind of realized what my number is. I'm like, if I run 3 or 4 before a show, I'll feel great. But I was doing it for a little while where I would run like 8 or 10 before shows, and I'd show up and just be like,
that sounds exhausting. 8 miles?
Yeah. I'm thinking about doing a marathon this year. I kind of want to do it.
Do we have a hand breakdown?
Before we do that, I do want to tell you, I have kind of noticed that, so you're not drinking right now. It's been a month.
It's been a month, yeah.
I think Tellender's like 3 months in.
Yeah.
I don't know how long he's going to shut it down. And then, my friend Sam Hunter just hit 6 months, and I think he's a chip holder done for good type guy. And so I'm kind of watching like a lot of my friends just go, yeah, I'm off the booze. And to be honest, I'm definitely one of those guys where I love getting fucked up. I truly like enjoy alcohol. I enjoy drinking a lot and going out and having a good time. But I'm starting to hit the wall a little bit, where it's fun for a while, and then you're just like, you know what it is? It's going to a wedding over the weekend and drinking all day, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oof.
And then just stopping. And now today's Tuesday, and you're still kind of like,
yikes.
Or Wednesday, or whatever fucking day of the week it is today.
Yeah, that sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, so I don't know. I've been thinking about it, and I've taken 2 full months off this year. I might do another one before the end of the year, and I might go longer this time.
Just do heroin.
Just go heroin, baby. Who's this woman?
Angelina.
Who's that?
She's an attorney pro. She lives in Austin.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I don't think she's a part of this hand, but so
I can't even do a single pull.
I open 6-4 hearts this hand. We're super deep. I start the hand with like 24K. Tito starts with like 16K, and Jay Wins starts with 21K. Tito calls from the big blind with deuces, and then Jay Wins in the straddle, and he decides to 3-bet ace king offsuit to like 1700. We're super deep, so
Jay went 3-betting here with
I'm a big fan of
1700.
I'm a big fan of playing big pots with hands that can make some.
So when somebody 3-bets like that before, 3-bets before the flop, what are you thinking? Like, what's the usual range for something like that?
So it's a lot of strong hands. Mm-hmm. So obviously like 10s plus, 9s, maybe 9s plus. So all the big pairs, some suited aces that like to do this. So like ace 5, ace 4, ace 3 suited. But those can also play well as calls, just calls. And then you have, ace queens, ace kings, sometimes some like king jack suited, queen jack suited, king queen. It's a lot of good hands.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not going to be a lot of like 6-7 or 8-9 stuff like that.
Brandon, just be mindful of where you leave the cursor on the. Just put it off all the way to the side.
Yeah, we can go ahead and play it.
Sick.
So he 3-bets 1700. Yeah, we're just super deep, so not really going anywhere. My hand's like suited and connected. If it was a little more trashy, like, I don't know if I'm opening 8-4 or or like 9-5 suited.
So you say you like
but
6'4" suited and hands like that, like low suited kind of connectors because they play well in big pots like this?
Yeah, I mean, they can dominate, certain boards and flop huge hands. And
nice. All right, you got the lead now.
Yeah, we flop middle pair.
3-8-4 on the flop.
Yeah, there's no backdoor flush draw, but we have middle pair, and it's hard to make a pair. This hand's very interesting. J-Win is
Tito with the ducks here.
J-Win is a local pro, and he's gonna make my life really hard this hand.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's a three-way pot, so
T1000.
Yeah.
it kind of
Flops
50.
middle pair.
Yeah,
J-Win
it adds
continuing his
a
story with Big Slick firing out 850.
it adds a dynamic to the spot that it makes it really hard for me to continue.
Because this
in
is
later
tough because he
streets.
could have
Well, he has all the overpairs. He has 9s through aces. He does have some like wheel aces, like ace deuce suited, ace 5 suited, and then he has king queens and ace kings and ace queens. But yeah, we're not going anywhere just yet.
Okay.
So we're definitely seeing a turn.
No, it's a good table. Good table.
I'm getting called a net by the guy that folded kings.
Yes.
But I
Yes.
have to be.
You missed.
You can play it. It's fine. I just have to be cautious because
Tito flopped
having
out.
Tito
This
behind
spot's
me,
starting to grow, folks.
having Tito behind me
Let's
is
head to the turn.
is uncomfortable. It's not a great spot. You can play it.
Pair now for both Tito and T1000.
They
Let's see
just
if
flopped a
J1
3.
continues his story.
For the audio people.
And I bet 1,200 he shoved
Flop what?
7,000 or 8,000. And I was like, man.
I paused it because they just dealt a new card. There's a 3 now on the board. We haven't said that yet, so I was just letting
The turn's a
listeners know.
3.
I like it when you do that for the
I figured he
record.
had Jack 9. If he didn't have Jack 9, I forget.
Yeah, the turn's a 3. Tito checks,
But the turn looked like it hit him straight in the face. Yeah. He played it well.
and this is where
I showed him the kings, kept that little stoic face. Now I know.
this is a really good bet by
I
Jay.
got it.
Oh my goodness.
It's
Pink chip in play. I think J1 said 2,500.
so he bets
4,500.
a little more than
Huge
half
bet
pot.
from J1. He's going for it.
So he's gonna do this with all his overpairs. We
Leaves
talked
him a
a little
river
bit about
shove
this hand afterwards, and
Of 13,000
him having the ace of diamonds and king of spades
possibility.
is
He folded. I should have called that.
is pretty nice because on a spade or diamond river he can continue blasting.
Yeah.
It's gone now.
And so what's okay, so he's betting big here. Like what? Obviously he's got ace king. But why blast off when you get the second 3? Is there a 3 in his range at all?
With just 6
No, there's not a 3 in his range, but he's applying a ton of pressure to 5s, 6s, 7s, 9s. He's applying a ton of pressure to just an 8. But I really my instincts were to call here, and I'm kind of sad that I didn't see a river. Having Tito behind me made it difficult. Tito has a really wide range. He plays a ton of hands, so he doesn't play with any sort of fear. He's a wealthy guy.
Yeah.
And
so,
lays it
He's
down.
got Tito behind him.
If Tito just has like 7-8 here, like top pair,
And J1 gets it through.
I don't think he's folding, and I feel like I'm just
Beautiful
lighting.
play
I'm
by
lighting.
J-Win.
Yeah, it's a really nice play.
So
I feel
that's
like
just a beautiful bluff right there. It's just-
yeah. Well, it's also. I mean, he's also setting up a huge bet on the river. That's going to be also hard to call. So he's applying like max pressure in a multi-way pot, which it makes it really hard to continue with a medium strength hand. But I know that, and so like my instincts were telling me to call, but then at the same time I was feeling like I'm kind of like lighting it on fire if Tito just has like an 8 there, and I call with a 4, and then Tito calls behind, and I'm dead in the hand I'm dead to top pair, and I'm dead to over pairs. But I mean, I know that J-Win is an extremely capable player, and firing 2 streets in a multi-way pot is is strong, and it makes it really tough to call. It's just a really well played hand by Jay, and I wish I would have saw river, and then I could have decided. But yeah, I mean, it's a lesson to be prepared to be put in very difficult spots when you're playing multiway with a good pro.
The beast.
Yeah, he's not going to make it easy on, like, your life's going to be hard. So obviously it would have been pretty easy if I called with 6-3 and I turned trips, then it's hard to make big hands though. So yeah, that's a spot where Jay just outplayed me. What's this one?
Is our chip
Oh my
leader
God.
at this point. Don't expect him to do anything huge, but he's looking at ace queen.
I thought you wanted to play the last hand.
60,000.
This is the Ivey hand where Ivey gets knocked out with 9s. Have you seen this one?
No.
You know who Phil Ivey is, right?
Of course.
Okay.
All right, so pause
Action
for
over
one
to
sec.
Phil.
So this is obviously a classic. This is the 2003 World Series of Poker main event, which I think it just
Changed the poker world forever.
Changed the poker world forever. I mean, there's not what a perfect thing for a sport to get it in the national just mind, to have the guy that goes all the way
accountant.
Have his name be Chris Moneymaker, an accountant.
Yeah, it's almost like it's not
Perfect.
real.
Yeah, it was almost like it was scripted to get poker into the main stage. It's fucking nuts.
Yeah. How on earth does a guy with Moneymaker as a last name win the main event? And he's an accountant from the Midwest and just a normal dude with a wife and a 9 to 5. And he's he's going to win the main event.
Beast.
Ivey now, and looking at a couple of 9s.
Phil Ivey always loves pocket pairs.
He'll call it.
The graphics are
Next
awesome
in line
on this.
is Jason Lester. Ivey with the lead with the 2 9s.
Oh.
Well, Lester with a couple of 10s.
It's Mo
And at least
Lester.
before the flop, you figure he's going to stick around, and he indeed does call that.
We have 3 players.
Nobody else wants any action.
I'm
so we're gonna
surprised he
get the
didn't
flop
make a
now.
big 3-bet
Moneymaker,
there.
Ivey and Lester in the hand. The flop comes 2 queens.
Oh,
A monster flop for Chris Moneymaker, who makes 3 queens and becomes a prohibitive favorite.
Jason Lester checks, so the action to Moneymaker, you have to figure he's going to push things right now. And he does with 70,000.
I thought he might have pushed it
Yeah.
more. Generally, you make a bigger bet there and you push out the competition. We always like to say better to win a small pot than lose a large pot. He's almost inviting calls right there with the 70,000.
the outfit is so funny.
A big favorite in the hand.
You hear the
Well, Phil
analysis?
Ivey
That's
is
wild.
going to take that
Can you
bait and
pause
he'll
it?
call it.
This is before solvers. This is before poker was super studied by a lot of people. How people got good back then is the pros would talk amongst themselves, and they would keep all the information pretty, locked down. But the announcer is making fun of his small bet and saying it's too small and he needs to push people out, which is it's actually a really
the exact opposite of what you
it's
should
a really
do.
good bet. You why would you want anyone to fold when you flop trip queens?
Do you think that's bad? Just I don't even think that's. I think that's even a bad comment for that era, because as someone who doesn't play with a solver,
No,
I think that you want to keep people hanging on.
No, they just had it kind of all ass backwards back then. Yeah. So Moneymaker actually
Phil
makes a
Ivey will
nice
call,
a nice
and,
C bet. And
I
he-
guess for the 70,000 he'll call. He is well behind in the hand, doesn't know it. Jason Lester actually has a better hand than Phil Ivey
By the way,
right
I
now.
love that they have
He decides he's going to
the
stay out
flop
of
labeled
harm's
as community
way.
cards,
He
as if
doesn't
we
want to
don't
get any
know.
trouble at this point. The next person knocked out
Yeah.
doesn't make the final table. So Jason Lester,
Here comes the turn in. It's a 9. And
Oh,
that gives Phil
fuck.
Ivey a full house.
miracle on 4th Street for Phil Ivey, who now has the full house and the better hand.
so Phil Ivey is.
But nobody knows it here except
No,
Phil Ivey
and there's
and
no
us.
reason for Moneymaker
In
to,
position.
to assume that Ivey had the pocket 9s. So he's going to bet 200,000.
Oh.
understandably, he just can't think he has that type of hand to
I love
beat
how
him. He's gotta believe
claustrophobic the
three
tables
queens
are too.
best
Everybody's
right
all
now.
over each other. You
Yeah, it's a
know.
little tight.
And Phil Ivey deciding what
This is
he's
just
going to do.
the
He's obviously
gin
going to
turn
play.
for Ivey, and now
And
he's
if and
like,
when he wins this sizable pot,
I'm going to
Phil
get all
Ivey
my
will
chips
put
in the
himself
middle.
in terrific chip position for the final day.
what a gin turn.
Smaller.
He is all in.
And quickly called.
The pot size is $1 million now.
Yeah. Moneymaker is disgusted. He never could have assumed the two nines in the hole for Phil Ivey.
Oh,
And now he is going to
it's
need
just destiny, man.
an
There's
ace,
nothing.
a queen,
There's
or a
nothing you
six
can
on the
do.
river to win the hand, which would knock out Phil Ivey.
Moneymaker's looking for an ace on the river.
He's got
Or another
3
queen. Here we
sixes,
go. We see one more card.
1 queen, and 2 aces, or 3 aces.
Oh my God!
An ace.
An incredible knockout blow
Wow.
for probably the best player left in the tournament,
So
who's gone down.
what's insane about this too is that's such a it's obviously something that had a 17% chance of happening, right? And if that card does not get flopped, like the entire history of poker is
different. Yeah.
rewritten because Chris
Yeah.
Moneymaker gets knocked out, Phil Ivey might win the whole thing, and then you know, a young Joe Begley
There's
is not
not-
sitting at home playing Chris Moneymaker's World Series of
There's-
Poker on his PC.
Yeah, there's not a poker boom like what took place. Moneymaker is what started the original poker gold rush.
It's crazy.
Everyone came flooding in when they saw an accountant win the main event.
I mean, yeah, it's like it's not crazy to say like it I don't know. It's obviously everything has like the butterfly effect, right? But you might not be sitting here right now.
It's
if not
wild.
for
Yeah, it's
this
unavoidable.
Specific hand. That's fucking
Unavoidable.
insane.
It was just like the deck was just set. That's it's weird how like fate and destiny is kind of tied in with certain runouts.
Do we have his winning hand? Can we look that up real quick, Brandon? Do you remember what the winning hand was for him?
Yeah, it was versus it was like 4-5, I believe. It was I think that's it.
Oh yeah,
Sam Farha.
Yeah, 4-5.
4-5 gets it done.
Yeah. A little insider info. Sam Farha, I played with him in Le Berge. It's I think it's Louisiana a few years back. And the guy couldn't be nicer to this guy. I played
Is Le Berge the one in Lafayette?
Lafayette, yeah.
I've stayed a night in that
Yeah, so
hotel.
I was playing a private PLO game with Sammy Farha, and he couldn't be nicer to the other players and to me. Super nice guy.
What a bro.
And then no, hold on. I've never seen someone treat dealers with such disdain and disrespect. This guy cannot stand dealers. Like if he's losing, it is the dealer's fault, 100%. He just motherfucks them the whole time, curses at him. It's like just treats him like absolute dirt. And he got kicked out of the game by the floor, by the staff, like the management of the poker room threw him out because of how bad he was treating their dealers. Crazy.
Fucking nuts.
He would
Looks
lose
at
a
a
pot
jack
and
10.
just be like, "You
That's
motherfucking." But yeah, this is the final hand of the main event where he loses.
100,000.
I think
to
it comes-
Moneymaker, who quickly calls it.
It comes like Jack
Sammy, a
4-5
2-1 favorite right
or
now
10-4-5.
And here it comes.
Jack
It is
4-5.
Jack 5-4, 2 pair for Chris Moneymaker. Chris
Heads up.
Moneymaker checks now.
Why-
over
okay,
to
so
why the
Farha,
fuck do you
who
check
throws
there?
in a bet.
Well, he's out of position,
Okay.
and he doesn't have the betting lead. So it's just a
He
standard.
doesn't want to show strength.
Well, it's about being balanced. Like, are you going to check your bad hands? Probably. So you got to check your good hands too. So you have to, or else it's kind of a tell if you're only going to bet when you have a good hand. You're signaling to the table or to the other player that what you have. So yeah, he's going to check his bad hands along with his good hands.
Out of 175,000.
I'm gonna raise.
The raise is 300,000 now. Back to Farha.
Okay, I'll go all in. Let's go.
Oh, shit.
Sam Farha goes all in, and Chris Moneymaker's going to call it. Turn card is an 8 of diamonds.
No help yet.
It's a 5.
Wow.
Crazy.
Unbelievable. What a run.
That shove's pretty adventurous. But yeah, it was a little draw heavy. You guys ready to wrap it up?
Yeah, let's do it.